Welcome to Yeukai Business Show, UK's premier business show where we feature business thought leaders, high achievers, and industry experts. Today's episode is brought to you by World Outsourcing Solutions Limited, a company that specializes in helping executive business owners with virtual assistant services and business growth systems. Here's your host, Yeukai Ketchidori.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for joining me on the show today. I'm truly blessed to have Gwendolyn Yang joining us on the show for the first time. You know, we always bring the best when it comes to helping you with your business. It doesn't matter where you are, what services you are. Remember, we created this business show to showcase people who are available to assist you right where you need. You may resonate with Gwendolyn today, so make sure you take notes and listen up for the website or the place where you can connect with Gwendolyn today or sometime in future. And also, if you've got any questions, write them down so that you can send them to us and our team, and we'll be able to help you. Gwendolyn, thank you so much for joining us here on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. So glad to be here.
That's awesome. Now, Gwendolyn Yang is an expert business and operations management consultant for six-figure CEOs who are ready to greet their next level of growth. Gifted with both strategic and tactical acumen, Gwendolyn has rightfully earned her stellar reputation as exactly what she is, an indispensable strategic partner who advances every organization that she steps into. Gwendolyn, for those people perhaps who are yet to come across your work, particularly here in the United Kingdom, would you share with us very briefly, maybe two things that led you on this path of business operations management?
Absolutely. It was a love that started for me in the corporate sector when I served as administrative supervisor in healthcare. For a large major corporation here in Chicago. I got a chance to see how the whole operation works together with physicians, medical records, and front desk, and how all of those pieces were super critical to making sure that we serve the patient extremely well. That's where my love for operations and administration came into place.
I love that. That leaves us nicely to talk about the title of our conversation here today. We're going to be talking about how to use systems and automation as your secret productivity weapon. You as a business owner or a CEO, you know that you always have to have high productivity if you want to reach your goals. Sometimes manpower alone is not enough. So if you can figure out what systems, what automation you can use today, you will be able to be ahead of everyone or ahead of the pack, if you want to use that terminology. So we want you to listen very careful as Gwendolyn will be sharing with you today exactly what's working today. Not what worked yesterday or last year or 10 years ago, but what's working in the industry today. If you're a business owner, take notes. Well, let's jump straight into the conversation here. When you talk about systems and automation for business owners, let's break it down for them. What are you referring to?
So, at the core of every business, there's the packaging and delivering of quality products or services, right?
Right.
Whether you're talking about cookies or books or coaching programs, whatever it is that you offer. And so it's knowing how to deliver those services in a quality way with maximum efficiency and productivity. That is what we're talking about when we talk about systems and automation.
Love that. Thank you for sharing that. Now, some people, who haven't heard your story, because you have a significant story, because you just did not stumble into talking about systems and operations. Do share a little bit about that.
So I kind of fell into entrepreneurship. I did not have a desire to become an entrepreneur, but after being in my corporate career for about 15 plus years, I became ill and I had to come off of that corporate job. And so during that period of recovery, I was just looking for how could I still do something that I love, but also still take care of myself. And I took all of that corporate experience supporting high level CEOs and operations managers and C suite executives in the corporate sector and said, how can I serve them in the virtual online space? And I started to do some research and realized there was an entire industry that was out here doing the things that I love. And so I took that love for operations and admin and I created your virtual admin export that specifically supports CEOs and professional service providers in the virtual space.
Incredible. And you've got some amazing stories of people you have helped in this space. I'd love our listeners to perhaps hear one or two stories that you would like to share with us.
Yeah, absolutely. So, one of the first ones that comes to mind is working with a coach and consultant of a major corporation. And when I started working with him, everything in his business was a manual process. So, he couldn't figure out how to onboard clients in a seamless way, how to get paid. I realized he had $40,000 of outstanding receivables of money that people owed him, and he had no idea how long they were overdue, who needed to pay him. None of those things are in place. And so I came into the business, I systematized the entire client onboarding process, but I also streamlined his invoicing system as well. Put in an electronic system where invoices would go out electronically, reminders would go out electronically, all of those things. I was able to help him recover that $40,000 in less than 45 days.
I love that story. You may listening perhaps for the first time and you run business, you don't know how to automate your business. Gwendolyn may be able to help you in doing that because I know firsthand that if you are doing everything manual in this day and age, you are probably leaving a lot of money on the table and you are running yourself down. And in fact, you're going to lose to the competition because everybody is beginning to use automation, some artificial intelligence, and rely heavily on that rather than on the manual day-to-day, people, because oftentimes
Yes.
people will let you down. Gwendolyn, let's talk about the systems that, knowing what you know now as a business owner yourself, what are the top 3 systems you would recommend any business owner that they need to start looking into if they are not already using?
Oh, great question. And so I would ask things you want to look at putting some automation and data appointment scheduling, your client onboarding, and your billing and invoicing. Those are 3 core areas that every business owner, every CEO must have in place to help them operate at maximum efficiency. And so when we think about appointment scheduling, one of the top ones that come to mind is Calendly. It's a very user friendly, very easy to use system. It takes 0 time to get up and running. You can actually get this done in just a few minutes, putting in your different appointment types, setting up the amount of time that you want that appointment to be. And now you have an automated system that you can use. And this is something that your assistant can actually implement for you as well. Other ones that come to mind for appointment scheduling include Acuity is another great one, another easy to use system as well. For client onboarding, you can use something like a Dubsado or a Honeybook or 17 Hats, which is my personal favorite. I actually use that one as well. That system allows me to send out client contracts, questionnaires, forms, all in one. So everything can be done in a workflow and set up automatically. And it has an appointment scheduling feature built into it as well. So that's going to be super, super critical.
Can,
And then for billing and invoicing,
can we have
oh, go ahead.
can we have the spelling of that client onboarding again for those who may have missed it?
Yes, absolutely. So you have Honeybook, and then you have Dubsado, which is Dubsado, and then 17 Hats, like hats that you wear. which was pretty cool the way that they mentioned that because it was kind of envisioning the person who's trying to do everything themselves in their business and they're wearing 17 different hats. So they took it and put it all into one platform, which is amazing.
Love that. Yeah. Again, I use the I don't know for some people that may not. I use cluster.com to add on to those beautiful three onboarding platforms that have been shared. So if you want to take note of that, we will put these in the notes of this recording for you as well. Let's talk about the billing
Yes.
for a moment.
And invoicing, quick is a favorite, very easy to use, and zero rate one, that business, a lot of accountants one because it works so with a lot of other platforms. Two top ones that
Absolutely love that. Let's talk about automation. There are some fears around systems and automations like that. Some people think when they use that, there will be some resistance from their team. Some of them are genuine that they will be put out of work and all that. How do you go about encouraging business owners, to sort of get over that hurdle, so to speak?
yeah, that's a definitely people think about optimization, they can reform assembly line and everything's for you. But how it's going to help you manage your current resources, current role. You're freed up to work on those things that matter, that generate revenue, repetitive tasks, a system or plan doesn't really require, right? So there's no about systems that work with us really replace. So let's take the for example. If we put them that automates the billing, now that person is maybe work more on the budget, right? To make our reckons to make sure the right chart of account that in place and casing people money, right? Mindset has shifted more on financial to say how can business decisions we have instead of facing clients pay. Help them on a replacement, help them work smarter and
Love that. I'm going to talk to Bill for a moment because Bill has been following me for a long time. And Bill, I would say to you, just get over it. Let's make it happen. Using systems and automation is the name of the game today. And if you're not already doing that, you may need to start looking into it because you are probably missing out a great deal. In fact, your team is going to love you for it because it's going to make their life a little bit easier. And again, you have Gwendolyn Young here, and also you've got my team. Should you want to learn more how to do that, let's talk very briefly about the mistakes that you've seen and some people making when it comes to implementing automation, because not everybody get it right the first time. Let's avoid those mistakes right away for those who are looking to start using systems and automation.
absolutely. So I would say always automation as just to help you accelerate things get done in your business
That's
by
it.
routing information at the right time. A very specific defined process. It's nothing to be of. It's actually going to faster, better, easier. Right.
Right.
So if you have that fear of it, you're going to be missing key relationships and you're going to be missing service or your product out to the faster and easy. Absolutely. So we have places in our businesses where repetitive process can actually free up our time.
That's
We don't it's to help
Yes. For those who have tried to do this and don't seem it to work, what sort of mistakes do you think they may be making in implementing these systems?
I think that I see a lot owners make now to map out the process.
Right.
So they're not clear on what the automation do for them. Don't do that, and they just go out hoping to implement. Doesn't really work. Discouraged because they come first to say trying to accomplish that I want to see before I.
Yes.
That is the that I see happen with.
Awesome. So there you have it, Bill. Sit down with your team. I remember when I did it for myself, I had an assistant that I asked to list down everything that we do, literally list down. And then after that, we thought, okay, well, how do we want this? In fact, it was a great exercise, Gwendolyn, because during that time, I identified certain things that we were doing, but they were not adding value to what we were doing at all. So that whole so sitting down and identifying what we do, help me streamline, remove things that people, the team was just doing, or I was just doing, but with no real effect. And at the same time, it helped me to be absolutely clear as to what happens at what stage of the whole process, which is exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, but you want the end result.
Right.
You have to think about the client or your customer to the other side of that.
Yeah.
It has to be part of the clear about what you want the out.
Yes, I love that. Absolutely love that. Let's talk about for a moment here before we run out of time. We want to talk about the what I would consider the secret of automation. In your opinion, what really is happening there when it comes to systems and automation?
Your business model, processes, and systems to help you, right?
Right.
Because when automation service faster, you can serve more products. That is really the and so not you know tiny thing that have a tendency to say, oh, let me try that.
Yes.
And if that and for what marketplace, super key. The next way we see that in everywhere that we turn, we have to make sure that there is some catered to understanding new out and how that tech us in our businesses can support with or can support with, but that's going to be
I like that. To add on to that, for me, really what systems do, they free you to focus on the things that truly matters. Your connection with your customer, the one-to-one with the people that need you the most. And as you can free yourself from the mundane things using systems, you will be well positioned to deliver satisfactory results for your clients, and they will keep coming back because they yearn to have that connection with you, especially if they are consultants or people. If you're a consultant or you are engaged in some kind of a service business, and I love that about systems. Yes. Because of our time here, Gwendolyn, I want to talk to you as an entrepreneur because you've been doing this for the last 8 years, helping business owners, do what they do today. What has kept you going? Because we've just gone through some few difficult years, as everybody knows.
Oh, absolutely. It's seeing the impact that my clients are having on their clients. I love to see their successes. I also have a 3-year-old grandson that I get up every day to live for because I want to leave a legacy behind for him. Those are the things that keep me going, just knowing that people are depending on me in the back end so that their businesses can run successfully and smoothly. That is a joy for me, and that is what keeps me going every single day.
I love that. I want to pose a question to you, my friend, listening today. Maybe this is a moment to pause and revisit the reason why you keep doing what you're doing. As
Yeah.
long as you have that reason in front of you, you'll be able to jump over, whatever that may come your way, be able to withstand any pressure. So take time right now, maybe later on, sit down, revisit why are you doing what you're doing. And if you haven't done it for so long, maybe it's overdue. And the second thing is, who are you doing it for? I love what Gwendolyn say about, her grandson there, because people often do more for others than they do for themselves. So if you are perhaps struggling here today, or maybe you are not seeing business result that you want as a business owner, maybe it's time to think, who are you doing this for really? If you're doing for yourself, probably you are giving yourself some slack and say, oh, well, I'll do it tomorrow. But if you look at your grandchildren, your children, or your family, your wife, your husband, whoever that is, do you really want them to have a mediocre life? Or you want them to have the best they can? If you truly want that, you may push yourself a little bit further to get the result they want. Coming back to you, Gwendolyn, one of the things all business owners tend to experience at some point is roadblocks along the way. Have you had the privilege of meeting a road? Mind you, there I say the privilege. Have you ever had that opportunity there? Maybe you could share with us and how you're overcoming all those roadblocks.
Oh, I've absolutely had some of those roadblocks. My health has been a huge roadblock with hospitalizations and still trying to run a business. My husband needing to take time off due to a medical condition. There's always roadblocks, right? There's also, sometimes you'll lose clients and, things like that. So there's always roadblocks. But for me, I always keep front and center the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? And I know that I'm making an impact. And I know that there are people out here in the world that need me and need my support. And that keeps me going. I love to read. So that's a huge thing for me. I do meditation every single day. That is an amazing way to start my day. It helps to keep me grounded and it helps me to stay focused on the priorities and what's really, really important, right? Sometimes I think as business owners, we get caught up on the things that really don't matter, and we lose focus on the things that really do. And so I stay focused on my goals. I plan every year. I keep my goals literally up on the wall in front of me and I see them every single day. So when I get discouraged, I look up and I know why I'm working, what I'm working towards, and why I'm doing it. And if I haven't hit that goal yet, I got to keep going. So it's just motivation for me to keep going.
Indeed, absolutely. Just to add on to that, Gwendolyn, I have a feeling that a lot of people do meet goal, roadblocks. And let me put it this way: roadblocks are an opportunity for you to discover a different way, perhaps a more effective way to get to your goals. So I want you to have this mindset, whatever you may be going through right now. I know I was talking to a few people, who having had to close some branches because of, the pandemic, the economy, and all that. I want to
Yeah.
speak to you specifically that this is not the time to fall back. Perhaps it is the time to say, you know what, I'm gonna go further. I'm gonna find a way. And when you make up your mind to want to find a way, it is amazing what will happen in the world. It begins to open up to you. You begin to see things that perhaps you didn't see before. So get yourself up, dust yourself, and find another way to get over. We all go through roadblocks. And we all have those coming in our way. As we come toward the end of our time here, Gwendolyn, there will be some amazing people here in our audience who wants to connect with you. Where can they find you?
Absolutely. You can reach me on my website at yourvirtualadminexpert.com, and you can reach me across any social media. My handle is at @youradminexpert. So I would love to connect.
Indeed, and you'll be able to see that website below in here, some notes somewhere for you to follow up. Any final words here before we wrap up our conversation, Gwendolyn?
Absolutely. Number one, thank you so much for having me. This was amazing. And to all the business owners out there, you are enough. Your service is important. The world needs you.
Awesome.
So push forward and make it happen.
Oh, absolutely love that. You are enough. Ladies and gentlemen, you are enough. Go make it happen. If you still want to learn how to start to scale and monetize your podcast, reach out to our team. We've got a training program that we put in together for people like you. And also, if you've got any questions around this topic we've been talking about here today, reach out to our team. We absolutely love to help you, or any other topic that we bring on the show. We are here for you. Until next time, live well, live with passion. Know that the best is truly yet to come. Gwendolyn, it has been absolutely a pleasure having you on the show here today.
Thank you so much.
And we want to wish you the very best in your next endeavor. Goodbye for now.
Thank you for listening to Yeukai Business Show. We will be back to bring you more episodes with success stories and advice straight from the experts. Want more? Check out www.yeukai.businessshow.com. Get your free trial of our virtual assistant service today. Just visit www.worldoutsourcingsolutions.com. Quote WOS18 or send us an email at support@worldoutsourcingsolutions.com.